Bum ba dum bum. Good morning, good morning. It's time to say good morning. Uh-oh, all my stuff is broke. Oh, not everything's broken. Some things are working. Oculus software updated. Next. Cool. Okay, so what are we doing? What are we doing today? There's so many good-looking games, and I just... can't afford them all. Alright, whatever. Let's get out of that. Alright, so, I need headphones. I need to clean up my desk. Thankfully, it's below where you can see it, because it's a mess. I need music. Awesome. So, oh, my shirt's like wide open. This isn't a booby stream. Oh. Oh, I wonder what's changed in .30F3. Oh, nice. Support to capture VR device refresh rate, dimension, aspect ratio, HMD tracking, and controllers tracking as part of device info and device status events. Support for integer and enum animation. Cool. I mean, that doesn't seem to make much sense on the face of it, but basically that means that as part of an animation that I create in Unity, I can adjust integers and enumerators, which is, so as an example, let's download the new version here. So as an example, in my current code, I'll just close that up. So as part of my game code, I have this game manager that I've built. And you can see here, I have these phase limits. So these are phases of the game. So my game basically goes pre-game to intro to categories to asking a question, answering a question, question results, danger, and then it can switch off to if the player dies or if the player wins based on input. But the nice thing is I could actually move between those phases as part of an animation if I wanted to. I don't want to. I would prefer to code that sort of thing, but it's important that I'm able to because it opens up a lot of possibilities. Asset database for serialized assets API. Proactively load, upgrade, and write back to disk any asset or seems interesting. Oh, that's nice. Added a new method, screen capture, capture screenshot as texture. That's actually really useful for augmented reality development. So capturing a screenshot as texture, there's a really great example of it. Oh man, what's it called again? Blocker? that uses, here we go. So this is an app called Blocker, and it's designed for stage managers and scene managers. And basically what it lets you do is, here you go, frame your shot with the director's viewfinder, simulate the sun, block out your set with 3D models. So it's a great thing for setting up a real shot at a location. So if you were a location scout, you could set up and see how everything looked, and yeah, it'd be a really cool thing. And what they do is, when you place a camera, you can take a screenshot, and then when you walk away from it, it leaves that camera floating in midair with the display of what was framed on it. And that new function, capture screenshot as texture, would be perfect for that. A new speed modifier option in the particle system velocity module. Oh, so you can control particle speeds without changing their direction. That's good. Unit and surface shaders for use with particle. Ribbonized particle trails. That's cool. Cool. Okay. So yeah, I mean, it's all... Oh, Unity now generates a default physics shape when it creates a sprite from an imported texture. That's good. There's a lot to digest here. I don't know that you want me to go through this whole list on stream. In fact, I am almost 100% sure that you would not. I don't think anyone's watching, so it probably wouldn't matter, but... Alright, so... just going to close off a couple windows on the other screen there. Good. Get the chats up and running. Shut that down. Unity mono develop, Unity debugger, standard assets. We don't need example project. Android, iOS. Don't need TV, iOS, Linux, or Mac yet. Windows Store, WebGL, Facebook. Good. Oh, I think I was looking at completely the wrong... Oh, so this is mostly just a... Ah, okay. There's not much in this newer version anyway. I was looking at the previous version, which is what I already have. Please close the following applications to continue a setup. There we go. Well, Joy, I'm doing an update. what we can do is we can search for GDC parties. Hooray! Hurrah! There's a GDC parties Twitter feed. The Fellowship of GDC Parties public group on Facebook. That's funny. Oh man, there's so much going on. It's hard to know what to do. All right. You know life's going crazy when looking at a list of parties is stressing you out. All right. Man, my computer's running really slow today. There we go. All right, good. Just had to send a quick message to my wife. And doesn't matter, no one's on. It's all good. It's all good, man. Just chilling, watching a little bit of a download bar. So yesterday, Oculus Rift was offline. And I mean, like, everyone's Oculus Rift stopped working. If you look on Reddit, that's a promoted one. Promoted. Disaster fixed official patch here. Yeah, there was a... basically, there was a problem with the runtime where the certificate hadn't been renewed on the previous build. And so everyone's Oculus Rift just tanked yesterday. So I created this little animation for them. Ready Player None. I thought I was clever. Though what I really should have done is Ready Players : None. But I wasn't feeling ambitious enough to do that much editing. Oh, man. A Vive Focus. I want to try one so much. Jealous. Man, that is quite the setup this guy's got. Like, fancy wall, Vive Focus. He's got, like, sound buffering, a huge display case. Lots of BioShock stuff I see. Man. Someday I'll be cool like that. Hey, Frankie, how's it going? Yeah, so D-Nighter, I am, in fact, making a VR game. It is... I'm still waiting for Unity to finish. But basically, the VR game that I'm making is a... it's a virtual reality... trivia game for streamers. It's the market is like 5 people. It's kind of dumb when I think about it. But anyway, if I don't do dumb things, who will? Who will do those dumb things? Nobody. Well, lots of people will do dumb things. I'm just another dumb thing person. So yeah, I'm building a VR game, and you can play it single player, and you can play it as a party game locally with other people. But just not yet. The first rollout is for VR, and it supports mixer interaction, so that people can play with you or against you on your stream. And basically it's like a deadly trivia game, so in addition to answering questions, you also have to be dodging... Oops, sorry, dropped something. There we go. In addition to answering questions, you also have to be dodging deadly traps. So yeah. It's called Triviacide, like CIDE, like homicide, suicide, patricide, petricide? Is that what you would call it if you killed a pet? I don't know. Anyway. Now I want to know. Wait a sec, let's close that window off. Now I want to know. What do you call... should I be Googling that at work? I probably shouldn't be Googling what is it called when you kill a pet / homicide. I think it's just homicide. Let's just call it homicide. Homicide, though, seems like specific, right? Because, like, that would be... Homicide is like the root word would be like hominid. I'm gonna Google it. What is it called when you kill a pet or animal, aka homicide? Someone else has got to have asked the question. Hey, good, there's a list of types of killing. Oh, good. Oh, yeah, good. Wow, that's a lot. Well, insecticide, obviously. Fleas, raticide, scabicide, spermicide. Oh, yeah, felicide would be for cats. So it's very specific. If there's something that is always specific, it's our ability for creating terminology for killing things or mating with them. We have terms for it all. That says something about our culture and about humanity. Oh, he expects you to pay him to play it. Yeah, so Frankie, I am on YouTube now as well. I've had a YouTube channel for ages. I thought, well, I'll just set it up so it streams across the 3 platforms that I use. I'm focusing primarily on Twitch and Mixer, with Mixer being almost the primary, because that's what I'm developing the game for initially. Oh, GDC news. Wow, I'm scatterbrained like crazy today. But I got a... Oh, and D-Nighter, thanks for the follow, by the way. What are you building? And are you going to GDC? And am I yelling? Yes, I am. Sorry, I'm excited this morning. Here we go. So there is a... So during GDC, there's actually a Twitch developer workshop on March 19th. And so I registered for this because so far I've done my Mixer thing, but I haven't really delved into the Twitch stuff as much. And I really feel like I want to be building stuff for streamers. So this is a great way for me to kind of make the leap so that I can be building things for both Twitch and Mixer. I'm going with Mixer mostly because of the latency initially, because it's I need to be able to have very snappy responses. But for trivia side, I've actually thought of a good way to get around that, so that because if I can display more of the information in the overlay, which is why I'm a little sad that there isn't just a... And I should probably put this in as a request, but if you go into, like, if I go into my editor for building things, when you add a control... What? When did they add that? They added a label to the Mixer developer controls. That was not there before. This is exactly what I was just about to ask for. Mixer, you read my mind. Okay, so... Whoa, that is awesome. So, okay, I'm gonna humana. I'm staggering today. I'm stuttering. Oh, you're from the UK. A co-op VR game called Mass Exodus. Is it on Steam? I'm looking for it. Mass Exodus on Steam. Dude, that looks hot. That's how old I am. I still say things look hot. I'm super old. I am a super old Paris Hilton. You thought she disappeared? No, she turned into me. Alright, so... Do you support... Oh, you... Okay, so I have an Oculus. So, and we have a Vive at the office here, so we will try it on those. Done. Purchased. I will try it later. Okay, cool. So, you have achievements, local multiplayer, 1 VR versus 4 PC players. That is awesome. Okay, so, yeah. That's wicked. Okay, so, I'll get the team together and we'll play this. I guess I should actually watch the trailer, but... Oh, well, okay, so what's your, so D-Nighter, what's a good search term to find your current, whoa, that looks cool. Westworld, the game, cool. Okay, so... Oh, see. Oh, okay. All right. Well, how do I support you, D-Nighter? Right this minute. What's the one thing? Like, is there something I can tweet? Is there something I can follow? Or how do I support you? Because you're already on my stream, which is a way of supporting me. So how do I give something back? Okay, that's cool, D-Nighter. Well, if you ever want to, share, just come on the stream and let me know. I don't have links enabled, but... Okay, so I've got this timer down here for the multiplayer version. But I can add a label now. And we'll call it question text. Label. Add. Q, question mark? Text size, text color, underline, bold, italic. Awesome! That is so good. Okay, so. Oh, Frankie, I'm sure you have talents. That is as big as I can make my label? Well, that's not a very useful label. Oh, I got too excited. That doesn't seem like it's big enough to, Okay, so on the default one, no, actually we'll go into the lobby, in queue, join. We're going to add a label here and we'll just call it lobby text. To the lobby. And we'll see what the default Oh, that's not bad. Okay, so you can expand it this way. Is there alignment on it? No, it's just always centered. That's fine. Honestly, like, that'll do. So we need to drag it in here. Because I was just using the buttons as my text objects, and that doesn't work very well. But if I can expand it to that big and have the buttons beside it, that totally works. And then on mobile, maybe I'll just put these, because honestly, I don't even need this in queue button anymore, because now I have a label that I can add. So we'll set it up for mobile. Okay, so I'm going to save that. How's my download going? Yay! Launch Unity. Perfect timing. Oh, I caught my coffee a little sideways there and almost spilled it all over myself. Yum. Okay, so alright, it's gonna do its thing with scripts and whatnot, with the stuff and the things. Did I save that? Okay, good. Oh, that's not good. So, D-Nighter, what's your role on the team? Are you developer? Are you artist? Are you master of all? Oh, there we go. It opened. Oh, yeah, I remember what I was doing yesterday. I was screwing up my whole code base. That's what I was doing yesterday. Okay, so I need to switch over to my, here we go. So this is the mixer enabled one. I'm gonna open up a new window here to my mixer page. And there's a little bit of an echo there. Okay, so I'm gonna start this up. Oh, all compiler errors need to be fixed. Let's see what the important ones are. Unity Engine networking has already been... Okay, well, I don't need that. Frustrating little bug. Hey, Sir Dies-a-Lot. How y'all doing out there? Oh, yeah. So, I just upgraded to a new point version of Unity, and of course my project is pooched. Your Unity only lets you build on the second attempt. Well, I'm going to try and open it in the previous version. Quit. It already converted it. Bugger. I could roll it back, I guess. Yeah, the UI system definitely could use some work. You ever use any of the like third-party assets like Doozy or anything like that? All right, do I have to see what I have to do to fix this? I may just have to delete and rebuild the library. Can't hurt to do that anyway. Let's shut it down and do that. To the source drive. All right. What's my project called again? Trivia side? Man. What's the date today? Okay. I did it again. I need to get, like, Unity added that new installer that, or I mean, interface that lets you use different versions of Unity. I need to install that because I always click on just by habit the first one that's down here, and it's always the previous version that I had installed because I keep forgetting to pin the new one. There we go. Yeah, no, so I didn't ever use the old UI where you had to hand code it all, thankfully. Yeah, Unity Hub, that's the thing. I really need to install that. Yeah, I actually jumped on the Unity bandwagon here fairly recently. I mean, it's been about 2.5 years now, but that's fairly recent in Unity years. Before that, I was mostly a Flash guy. One of those wizened old Flash developers. No shadows in the free version. That's funny. It's working on it. Yeah, I mean, Unity now, even Unity now compared to when I first adopted it a couple of years ago is, it's a different beast. There's a lot in there that, I mean, lately we've just been digging Cinemachine. And the funny thing is before Cinemachine came out, I had built my own script to handle those sort of camera transitions. But I am very glad to have Cinemachine in place now because my code wasn't nearly as elegant or as expansive. The new camera stuff is all very much appreciated, especially for what I'm working on right now. Yeah, I've barely scratched the surface on timeline. Our yeah. So yeah, our 3D guy slash you know, director, that sort of stuff, David, he's got a better handle on timeline than I do. I of course default to doing everything in code, which isn't always the best way to do it, but it's just, that's how the brain works, right? And so I have to kind of force myself to sometimes use the tools that are available. Alright, let's see if rebuilding a library. Okay, good. And okay, that seems to have fixed the problem. So let's go into my mixer scene. That looks good. My character is missing. That's not very good. Hey, Saurian Music, how's it going? Yep. And of course you've just now lost music because my headphones moved somewhere else. Alright, so let's switch my music back here so that everyone can hear it. There we go. So that right there is where my character would normally be, but he is apparently missing. So you can see, actually there's a lot of stuff. Hey, thanks for the follow, Saurian. So, you can see my camera system moving between the different things there. I've got it set to a fairly low transition time. When it looks down at the floor there, it's actually looking for my character. So it goes between the host and me. There's a lot of stuff missing now that I've cleared out the library. That is not good. Hey! Did you just hit the join button? Saurian? Alright, so let me switch to my mixer. Hey, look at that! So, there's the new welcome to the lobby message. And then there's a join here. And then it takes me to how many fish are there in the Atlantic Ocean. Now you can see here that label isn't big enough, but it's working. Oh, and see, you can see I joined in the game there. So when I hit the join, I showed up there. So some of my stuff is still working. So now I need to transition from from using the screens to using the labels, because I have a camera in my camera system, so you can see it's transitioning between them here. So if I do this, you can see it pans up to frame those. I'll do it again here. So I have it so that it can transition up and frame those things. That's so that the players who are watching the stream can see the questions. But that's not really as necessary if now I can display the question down here in the interactive zone. Yes! That's good. That's good news. What's not good news is that... Where's my stage base? There's my camera system. There's my stage base. That's that one. Under trivia side, XR player. Oh, so you can see there's my character. So my character's still there, but the mesh is gone. Okay, so that's... Hey, who's following? D-Knight, thanks for the follow. So yeah, so this, so my character... Oh, and you know what that is? Okay. Okay, so I know what's going on. So my character's invisible. You can only see the collision boxes on the character there. And the reason for that is... Oh, you signed up to Mixer? Okay, cool. I've brought someone to the dock side. To the Microsoft side. The micro side? Welcome to the micro side. Anyway. The funny thing is that it's like, if you're on Amazon, if you're on Twitch, then you're on the Amazon side. If you're on YouTube, then you're on the Google side. If you're on Mixer, then you're on the Microsoft side. They're all evil empires, but I love our abusive overlords. They create nice toys for us, and sure, they want all of our data and our privacy and to control us, but they give us nice toys. I'm okay with that. I welcome our robot overlords. So basically what I've got here is you can see the loose collision polygons for my character. You can see the head and the chest and all the arms, and those are my pointer hands. So all that's in place, but yesterday I was having a problem, and let me switch back to my single player mode. So yesterday the problem I was having is that you can see on the head here, I've got that head there so you can show it or hide it. So basically what was happening is I want to put that on a layer called viewer only, because otherwise your VR camera sees the inside of the head, right? And so initially, because this is an asset from the asset store, I was just dealing with it. I had actually fudged it a little bit and put the camera in front of the eyeballs, but using the VR rig, when you turned around, you'd actually turn and see your own face, and it was terrible. So yeah, D-Nighter, Mixer is actually better than Twitch in many ways from a technical perspective. It's easier to develop for. They have a low latency mode so that there's less lag on your streams. They have a great community, but it just isn't as big. Like, it's harder to get noticed. It's they don't have a focus on. So if I go to the Mixer page, so I like the way they feature people up here. That's nice. But this all streamers, up and coming, following, like their search, like if you search channels for like game dev, for example, you get no channels found. If you search for art, you get no channels found. So And that's because this is this channel search up here, but then if you scroll down, art's right here. So you actually have to search for it by art. Like their search isn't very clever. There should just be a search, and it returns whatever's available based on your keyword. I shouldn't have to search here or press here and search for game dev. Like, why hide that? You know, and look, I searched for game dev and I got game day. Search is my... it's the thing that makes me crazy, because it's the simplest... Well, it's not simple to execute, but search user interface should be the simplest thing on your site, because it's the thing everyone's going to want to do. And the other thing is that, so, I mean, I love that you can interactively search, and it'll just show you stuff that... So, I mean, there's a lot to love here. But if you compare that to Twitch, you can see here you've got your featured broadcasters, you've got all of this set up, and then when you go to browse, it's a nice big page, and then you can like show me communities, creative communities, channels. So it's just, this is actually laid out a lot better for navigation, I find, than this, because if you go all streamers, and you can see here, it still has my search applied. You have to go in, delete it, and then close this to get back to a normal search. See that? See that right there? That, like, that's how I feel about the navigation of this. It could be so much better. Rent mode disabled. That's all I wanted to say about that. Am I using VRIK? Yes, I am using VRIK, actually. All hail our overlords, who implant us with tracking devices that we don't have to put into our skin. You know what? That's the funny thing is not only are they tracking us, but they make us pay for our trackers. Like, I love it. That's the funny thing, is that, you know, in all of the movies where there's some sort of dystopian future and we're all being tracked, all of the old movies, you didn't pay for the tracker. They surreptitiously put it under your skin or had to do something to... But no, they... Like, hey, on a related note, did you guys hear that the FBI was paying... Best Buy Geek Squad employees to go through people's computers? Like, this is a real thing. So, you know, the Geek Squad would come out to your house and they would fix your computer, but while they were at it, they were gathering intel for the FBI. And it was in specific cases, and it was all bad people, blah, 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 right? But, I mean, it's still a... You know, like, I feel like it's a huge breach of trust. On the one hand, sure, I want to be protected from bad people, and I want them to catch pedophiles. But, when you, like, if you offer $500 under the table to a Geek Squad employee and say, let us know if you find anything, that... I guarantee you there's going to be a Geek Squad employee out there somewhere who's going to be like, oh, well, I've got this flash drive here. If I put stuff on this person's computer, I'm going to get $500. And the FBI is going to be like, oh, you found stuff on their computer? And they'd be like, yep, sure enough, that person's a terrorist. Here's what I found. You guys can go in and find it yourself. And that person may or may not be a terrorist, right? Like, if they're not... and the Geek Squad person planted evidence to get that $500, like, it's just a huge cluster bomb waiting to happen. There was an F word that I wanted to use there, but I am a teen stream, and I like to keep it somewhat family friendly. But yeah, that is a great quote. Those who would give up essential liberty to purchase a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety. Yes. And yes, I repair my own stuff wherever possible. But anyway. So, second rant mode disabled. I really am not a conspiracy theorist. So this game is a deadly trivia game. So I'll just let me go into the danger objects and I'll re-enable them here. So you can see we've got some turrets spread around here. Basically, you're answering trivia questions, and the better you're doing, the less dangerous it is. The worse you're doing, the more dangerous it is. And you have to survive the levels of danger for X number of rounds in order to win. The dangers will change, so I'm creating them as objects that can be loaded in based on essentially being able to update in the future so that more dangers can be added in the future. But basically you've got this little panel here where you can select which answer you want. You've got some screens up here that show you what the current question is and the answers. You can choose different categories. And it's designed to be played live on a stream so that the audience can play against you. That's the basic. And actually it was sort of inspired in part by the old film The Running Man, and crossed with the there's a game show called 1 vs 100. And for a while, 1 vs 100 was actually a live game that you played on Xbox Live. Here we go, 1 vs 100, 2009 video game. And basically you would play one person against 100 people, and you had to knock them out. And I loved it. My wife and I played it together. It was a lot of fun. So I sort of wanted to just create almost like a deadly version of that. And yes, you had a chance to win prizes, and that's something that I'm building into my game as well. A streamer can opt in, not yet, but I'm building in the ability for a streamer to opt in so that on the screens and as part of the game there can be advertisements for other indie games, and those indie developers will be able to say, you know, I want my game code to be distributed if someone reaches 50 viewers or more. And then so the streamer gets free game codes that they can give out, and it'll all be automated, so it'll all be handled from the server side, so that if one of your viewers wins, or like basically when you die as the streamer, one of your viewers will, who's left in the game, will randomly get a stream code automatically, like we'll get a game code automatically. And so it's a way to advertise new indie games, as well as a way to provide streamers both a fun thing to stream and giveaways for their players. That's the basic premise. There's a lot to it, and it's taken me a while to get here, but it's coming along. And the latest update of the single player is working, but then I went and I screwed with a whole bunch of stuff. And hopefully... Oh, I need to check my phone. No, no, no. I'm just looking to see if my coworker David's coming in today or not. So Yeah, because David is going to be the one who is going to fix my issues today, not my personal issues. He can't do that. Nobody can do that. My personal issues are deep-seated and really powerful. But he can possibly fix my model issues. Like I said, my character here, and I'll just turn this off for a second so you can see with the post-processing effects, it's much more glossy and glowy and shiny and happy, but not quite as gray and bland. But basically the problem that I'm having right now is that when I was separating the head out from the rest of the body, I screwed up the rig, and now I have this horrible, weird thing going on. So you can see the rig is pointing completely the wrong direction. The feet are pointed out towards, like, it. I know that it's because something in the rig is pointing the wrong direction. It's 90 degrees rotated. I just don't know how to fix it properly because my 3D skills are not that strong. And that's what I need David for, because he will be able to solve this for me in a heartbeat. Like, it'll take him like 5 minutes. And I spent about 20 on it yesterday and went, you know what? You can just float with your feet pointing at the thing for now. So yeah, my feet are poking out and it's brutal. So all my buttons say start because that's all you can do right now. Join the stream now, which it shouldn't actually say in single player mode, so I could change that. So today's mostly a chat stream, apparently. I'm not actually going to get any work done because I'm waiting on that model. But what I can do is I can do a very quick change of that so it doesn't say join the stream now. And that's in my game manager. There we go. Go to my game timeline single. So, Sir Dizelot, what are you working on? Help me help you. How can I promote your stuff? That's always the theme of my stream. The stream theme. Alright, so there's my uwin code, moving to categories. Oh, that's so cool. An AR app for mobile phones designed to introduce college students to a specific topic through interactive labs. That's a really great idea. If you need anyone to help test, or if you just want to share or whatever, let me know. So let's just set our screen text here to... let's get rid of all these, and we don't need that much of a delay on them. We'll just put like a 0.25. There, we'll set all those screens. There, good. So now when I first start it up, it should just say press start. Yeah, thought it would be more cost efficient for schools rather than putting students in random classes until something sticks. Yeah, that's a good idea. Oh, join the stream now is still up there. Did I put it in the wrong phase? Phase intro. Phase setup. Oh, you know what? So this it's extending. Okay, so this stuff needs to be pulled out of here. That's why. And so then what we're going to do is we're going to go to phase. And phase... Whoa, whoa, whoa. What happened there? There. So on start, we'll just go to pregame phase. And then on our phase setup here... Where is it? There we go. And so in our phase setup, we'll do a case phase dot pregame. Okay. And then what I can do is I'll just copy that over into the game timeline single, because there. And now, instead of this, we'll go press start. And we'll just set those all to do it at the same time. We'll give it a quarter-second delay. Good. Colleges charge students $10 to $20 for the app. They could rake in money from the undecided people. Yeah, that's good. All right, so we've got our press starts. Press start to join. And all right, let's check that, make sure it's working. There we go, nice hovering character. Press start is working in single player. We're good. Okay. Mission accomplished. I did something today. Hooray for something. Yeah, I mean, that's all you can do, right? Like, you finish the prototype, and if you decide it's good enough for a pitch, you pitch it, and if not, you put it up on your Twitter, YouTube, whatever, and just let it serve as an inspiration for others. Alright. Let's close all that down. Okay, so, why is my sky... Anyway, not going to concentrate on that. Good. Okay, so that's working. Oh, and on my phase limits, pre-game, target cameras, player danger back left. You know, honestly, I think I should probably just... So right now, every 6 seconds, it cycles between the cameras. Yeah, and so the funny thing is I started creating this game for the what's it called again? The Windows, the big Microsoft competition every year. Dream Build Play. Here we go. Oh, nice, and they're announcing it at GDC on March 20th. So I started creating it. Whew. Cloud-powered game. So Stellar Conquest, finalists for PC game, The Forbidden Arts, Ghost Scurry, Imperatum, mixed reality games. So this is the category that I was going to be competing in. Windlands, holy crap, I would have been competing against Windlands? Yeesh! Prison Boss VR, Racket NX. So that's the thing, is I wanted to enter the 2017 Dream Build Play, and I'm glad that I didn't at this point, because this is some strong competition here, and it's some good looking games, and my game was not ready. It wasn't at the level of polish that these are, so now I can save it and enter this year's, the Dream Build Play 2018, and I'll be much further along, because honestly, yeah, Triviacide wasn't at the level of those games, and so it would have been a sunken, useless submission. But now we have we have a real chance for the 2018, and so here's another thing. My guy's mouth isn't working anymore. So let's just see. On the Game Show guy, Game Show bot, Spectrum Teeth. Yep, focus on making it the most polished project possible. As one developer said, it will be ready when it's goddamn ready. So yeah, I mean, this way we'll have a couple of traps in. We'll have, you know, like, it'll be a lot smoother. And that's the thing, is I don't want to submit it if it's not going to have a chance. And I can tell by looking at the finalists that we didn't have a chance. Now, like, if I were to submit it today, we'd have a small chance, but not enough. So that's why we need to keep working. Because some of the things that we need to have in place for me to feel confident are, we need you to be able to customize your character. We need the audience to have a solid feedback system and good mixer interactions. And we need to have dealt with the latency between what you're seeing on screen and a 70% complete ARPG battle system. Oh, I don't know how many games I have in the 50 to 70% complete range that will probably never get any sort of follow-up. Alright, so what do I want to do next? Still nothing from David. Wonder if he's going to make it in today. We've got a big meeting today, so I'm sure he'll make it in, and I'll get him to work on the model afterwards. I know he was already working on a model, so there's got to be something there. I'll get his rigged version of the model, because, like I said, I grabbed this one from the asset store, and it's good, but obviously it has no face, and so the big thing that I want to get working right now is the audio spectrum. Oh, it is working. His mouth is enabled. Oh, of course, it doesn't show up before I play it because it doesn't generate the spectrum until the game is running. Apparently, last night, I forgot everything about programming and my own project. Alright, so. Cool. The gizmos are way too huge right now. There we go. Okay, so the spectrum's still working. I don't like where he walks, like my navigation. So he moves from this spot to this spot to this spot. But he always moves around behind the stage, and it feels a little... He'll need to be more animated anyway. And you can see here, if I turn this viewer camera off, there we go. So he's nice and glowy. I like his cummerbund. But yeah, he needs... so the next thing I need to add is more of a user onboarding system. So right now, when you join the game, you're just dumped right into it, and there's no real explanation of how the game works, and so that's something we need to figure out. But I think for today, it might be time to call it on the stream, because I need to get prepped for our meeting, and yeah, so I'm going to call it for today, because I feel like I'm floundering a little bit, and that's not interesting for you to watch, and it's not getting anything done on the project. So I'm going to regroup, get some food, and start figuring out stuff for this meeting. But thank you all for joining me. As always, I will be here same time tomorrow. And is tomorrow Friday already? Holy moly, tomorrow's Friday already. So GDC is rushing up on us. I need to also figure out if I have some business cards to give away at GDC, so I need to talk to our designer, and yeah. Thanks for joining me today. It was great to meet you, Sir Dies a Lot. It was great to meet you as well, D-Nighter. And thanks for the follows, and we will catch you tomorrow if you're here, at another time if you're not.